Today we're doing a review on the G502 Hero mouse. I am a big gamer, I play Fortnite all the time, and I am very hard on the mouse. So I want to go through and go over this one. My previous mouse was the G402 Hyperion Fury. So you might be familiar with that mouse. This is very similar to that. So if you are used to that feeling of that mouse, this is going to be pretty similar. Now the inside has a little more grippiness around your thumb area, but other than that, you're going to be looking around the same thing, except for the scroller, which we'll get into. That is going to be something you definitely want to check out. First, let's go ahead and do the unboxing. So here we can go through and take it out of the box and show you all the buttons. There are lots of buttons, and remember with Logitech, you do get software that goes through and allows you to map all these buttons using macros. So I have them all set up to certain keybinds. So for example, if you hit H to duck, you can go through and set a mouse key on the left side here to H, which every time you hit that, you'll duck. So like the bottom one, I have to go through and crouch every time I hit that, and it just works. So it gives me two options. I can use the keyboard, the mouse, or both. You know, I can go back and forth. If I'm currently using my right hand a lot, focusing and doing things like that, then I'll use the left. And if I'm currently building, then I can go through and use my right hand. It just gives you extra ideas. And you can see here with the mouse, it's really nice. It's pretty light. I think the Hyperion is lighter, however, and this does also come with a weight kit. So if you want to add weight, you can go through and put them in the bottom. However, for me, the lighter the better, because I feel, especially in gaming, you want a light mouse. So I don't think you'll add that. Now, if you're using this for something else, definitely is a good idea to go through and add weight just to go through and feel better and be able to move it around. But for gaming, I just like it to be quick as possible. Let's go through and talk about what I like and what I dislike, because they're the same thing. What I really like is the scroll wheel. The scroll wheel, it has infinite scroll. So basically you just go whoosh and it just keeps going and going and going and going. Now you can go through and hit the button below it, and then it turns it into more of a rugged scroll. So then you can actually feel the tactileness as you go through and scroll, and it's more like a normal mouse, maybe a little bit harder than a more normal scroll mouse. However, you hit the button again, you're back to the lightning speed. So now why is this good? Why is this bad? In good, it's in gaming again. If I want to go through and have that set up to pick up my loot, I can hit the infinite scroll wheel and everything's picked up instantly because of how quick it is. Now, if I go to rugged, it would pick one thing up at a time. So a little thing, you know, it makes it quicker to go through and do things. However, it's very, 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 very sensitive. So if I go through, I also have it scroll wheel to reset my builds. So if I bump it just a bit or I move my mouse too hard, sometimes it even activates it and it'll go through an edit mode to reset my builds, which can be very frustrating. I'm trying to learn how to go through and change that. I've actually changed the scroll wheel from one scroll, or from 3 scrolls a scroll, to 1 scroll, and I'm going to test it some more, see if that helps. I'm already noticing a difference using it for productivity stuff. So I think that's going to be the thing. So let me go through and show you a quick clip of the infinite scroll and the rugged scroll so you can get an idea. So there you go. You can definitely see the difference between the scrolls. So people complained issues about double clicking and clicking. No issues for me as of yet. The Hyperion, I love the mouse. It has some issues with clicking down the road, and they usually only last about 3-4 months to be like 100%. And then I feel like, you know, I'm replacing them every year after I'm just annoyed with them. So that's why I wanted to try this model, because it is a different model, and see how it goes. So far, again, I'm getting used to it. I like it. It's solid. I don't know. I don't have any problems with it. It's pretty quick. You also have to be careful because you have the DPI switch underneath the mouse switch. Depending how you have it macroed, it could also be the one on the side. So you can easily change the DPI. So make sure in your Logitech settings, you have it set up a certain way if you're going to be hitting that button all the time. If you're going to hit it by mistake, you don't want to go from 400 to 800 to 1200 to 6000 DPI, because all of a sudden your mouse is going to be flying across the screen or crawling across the screen depending on your DPI. So overall, definitely good mouse for the price. Scroll wheel still out on that. As you see, clicking, I don't have any problems. Some people have reported issues. No problems here. Left and right click, double clicking, everything seems fine. I've been using it about a week so far, so I'm still trying to go through and get acquainted with it. But at this point, I say it's a great mouse. Better than Hyperion? You know, if they just did a little more build quality in the Hyperion, I would probably never change that mouse. But since they don't, and it breaks down, I like this one better so far. I hope this helped. I'd definitely go through and purchase this again.